hello everyone. We're currently live on, what's that?
That's Instagram,
YouTube, and Facebook. So yeah, we're going to be looking in 3 different angles. I love hanging out with this guy.
Man.
Look at his pretty face. If you don't know who this is this is Ben OUATTARA. He's someone that I got connected with in Dubai around 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Someone put us in touch. Anya, if you're watching,
shout out Anya.
Thank you. And Ben and I do our very best to hang out, especially when I come to Dubai, not because we need to spend time with each other, but we want to, because we understand, both of us, the importance of surrounding yourself with the right people.
Yeah.
And honestly, I hope you've heard me say this before, that I am where I am because of the people in my life. And we were just talking about Ubuntu. One of my greatest heroes is Nelson Mandela. He made famous this African phrase called Ubuntu, which is, I am because of you, and you are because of me. So I really just wanted to grab some of, we're always leveraging our time and our energy. I wanted to grab his attention with the intention of sharing to you the importance of surrounding yourself with the right people. So before I hand over to you, I just want to share a little thing that I always talk about, which is, the greatest, most successful people in the world, they're going, in the movies, they always go into these boardrooms.
Yeah.
And the boardrooms have all these very successful people that allow them to show up the way they do, influence them, inspire them. And I think everyone in the world should have a breakthrough boardroom, a boardroom in your mind where you can go and consult these people and be influenced and inspired by these people so that you can make the best decisions. Ben's in my boardroom, right? Every time I spend time with Ben, if this is my battery, right? We have energy every day. My battery is charged up every fucking time. Every single time, my battery is charged up by being around him. So I want to just talk about that and ask Ben, like, what are your views on surrounding yourself with champions? It sounds very personal development-y, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's the truth,
Yeah, like, like how important do you believe it is? Rather than just saying, oh, this is something that you should really do, on a scale from 1 to 10, how important do you think surrounding yourself with the right people is when it comes to your own success as a coach, an influencer, a global influencer with a global audience? Ben's got a podcast, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. For you to be able to do what you do, how important is surrounding yourself with the right people?
It's imperative. I think it's on the 10. And I think that everything, you have different areas that are important. It's just like people that say, oh, okay, when it comes to fitness, what's more important, working out or diet? How many percent? It's diet is 100% and fitness is 100%. Everything is 100%. And, there's something I call the mindset transformer. When you want to really transform your mindset, you have different areas that are important. Like one is knowledge. You need knowledge, obviously, to be able to think outside of the patterns of thinking that you already have till now. But the thing is, it's not only knowledge. Like knowledge is not power, only applied knowledge. But at the same time, your limiting beliefs can also stand in your way. So that's the 3rd area. But the 4th area is environment. And environment is the places you go, the people you're surrounded with, your structures, your routines, and the thoughts that you have. They can change the environment. They can change the perception of what's in front of you. And the more time you spend with people, because everything that you know, everything that you're thinking came from other people. You know how to speak a specific language. Why? Because you were surrounded by people that were speaking that. Everything is copied. Everything you do, everything you say, everything you think.
That's real gold there, guys.
Right? So, because it's been such a long time, people forget that and they think that's me. That's who I am. That's what I think. It is separate from the rest. And that's why I love that quote. You are because of me, I am because of you. Because if we think, that's why I just said, earlier we recorded a podcast where I said, I don't think that there's anyone that is self-made in this world. It's a concept that you might think you're self-made, but you're not, because you are influenced even by people you don't want to be influenced from. And that's very important, because sometimes, you can say, oh, no one in my environment is really influencing me, or, really positive influence, everyone is negative, so it's me against the world. But when we say we are a product of our environment, your environment is a product of you. So you choose where you go, who you spend time with. And if you don't have these people in your life, and like you said, we're living in a time that you have access to everyone. Because the thoughts, like some of my biggest influences are people that I never met personally. You know what I
too.
mean? So it's
Me
just
too.
like, you know, you don't have that excuse anymore that maybe you had 100 years ago. Oh, I'm living in a place where there's not that many people, blah, 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 blah. Nowadays, you can follow people because the thoughts of other people become your thoughts if you repeat it over and over again. And then when you spend time with people, it's just a different energy because now they can bounce up. You can say something that in your mind makes sense as an excuse or whatever. Yeah, this is going to take so much time or this, and you just have someone around you
Yeah.
that doesn't understand and accept that. Like, you know, you say, that's very difficult. And they say, why? Why don't you do it like this? Because they would do it like that. They don't even accept your pattern of thinking. And you're surrounded by people that are on another level. All of a sudden, it raises your standard. You know, there was one quote from Tony Robbins that I heard a long time ago. And he said, most people's standards are a direct reflection of the expectation of their peer group. That means that if you have people around you...
Dude, that is good, man. That is good.
And people don't like pressure sometimes because
Yeah.
they feel like, oh, you know, there's social pressure, other people are expecting this of me and stuff like that. But if that pressure is in direct correlation with the goal that you have, now it's an environment that will help and support you. You don't need that much discipline and willpower when your environment is there for you. That's the reason why people, they procrastinate until there's a deadline. Why? Because that's a timely deadline where they have a commitment to someone else, or there's might be some, you know, like negative outcome. If they don't do it now, the pressure forces them to do something that is actually maybe good for them.
Or expectations. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's why I think that when you create a routine around that, because you might have people that inspire you, and then you just see them once every 2 years because you didn't create a ritual and a routine to really surround yourself on a consistent basis with these people. And then, very important, that you check your own limiting beliefs, that you really work on that. That's why it's not enough. I say always, it's not enough to surround yourself with greatness if you feel I'm separate from that. So people that want to lose weight and they're surrounded by people in great shape, they give them great advice, they go to the best places, best food, but
Buy
they think,
all the magazines,
but I was always overweight and I will never make it. It's easy for them because, and when you have that mindset, now you cannot profit from it. There is no separation. That's like anything that anyone else has achieved, I can achieve as well, but I just need to be open to that and not see the gap, but see the gain. A lot of people, they just calculate the gap that's between me and another person. But when you start to look back and see, where were they 10 years ago? How did they think? How did they start? And a lot of these things, they're not online. You don't see that. So when you talk to someone, they can relate to you on another level. That's why I think it's imperative. It is one of the most, there are many things like that. I would even go as far as to say that nothing that I do right now, I wouldn't have done if I didn't at one point have an interaction, a conversation, a communication with one person.
Dude, there's so many things flying around in my head right now, and I'm listening to you spitting knowledge, and I'm trying to keep up with what I want to share. So a couple of things. One is you can't expect to have ordinary people. That's not a judgment. Some people just want to be ordinary. But if you want to be extraordinary or outstanding, then you can't expect ordinary people to understand what you're doing or to understand your thinking. It doesn't make any sense. Of course they don't understand because they're not on your level. So you have to have people on your level that can resonate with you and understand what you're thinking. Now, when it comes to your beliefs, right, your beliefs are, I have in my own coaching, I have this high performance pyramid, right? We've just been talking about surrounding yourself with champions, and it's a 3-part pyramid. The base level of the pyramid for you to become your best, reach the summit of your life, become the best version of you, is your environment. So we're talking about the people, your things, your car, your house. Doesn't mean you have to spend millions, but you need to feel good in your environment with the people. Now, as a result of that, you have to start raising your standards or changing your habits. That's the second part of the pyramid. And as a result of changing your habits, the most important thing that's going to allow you to reach the summit is, as a result of your environment and changing your habits, you're going to change your mindset and your beliefs. But if this doesn't change, none of this stuff will help you get to the top. And here's a great example of the importance of having a different level of thinking. Most people in business stay stuck in 6 figures, 100,000, 500,000, 800,000. Right? The easiest way to solve, this is mine by the way, the easiest way, I hope you like it, to solve a 6-figure problem is with 8-figure thinking or 10-figure thinking. Right? The easiest way to solve your problem is to communicate and surround yourself with people that when you communicate your problem, they laugh at you with compassion, but they think, man, that is not a problem. I remember once I was a personal trainer, and I was thinking, man, I have 15,000 pounds of debt, right? 100,000 dirham, $20,000, and I said this to a city person, a banker, and they laughed at me. They were like, you can't even call that debt. I was like, what do you mean? I was like 27, 28. They're like, that's not debt. If you're going to be in business, you need to understand that you're going to have a lot more money, outstanding debt, behind, you know, you're waiting for money to come in. And it just changed my whole perception of debt. And then I started to surround myself with people that were all in on their life, all in on their business. And you know, Grant Cardone is worth multiple millions, has his own private jet, and he says, I built this on debt.
Yeah.
So yeah, you want different level people with a different level of thinking. There's a few people comments that have come in saying, who's this guy, JP? Go to the title. I tagged Ben in the title. Jules, could you do me a favor? Maybe go into the comments of the video on my page and just add a link to...
It's a great thing that he just said right now.
Add a link to Ben's page as well. So
that I just wanted to jump on, because exactly what you just said. Very similar experience I had, you know, when you're just talking about, oh man, I got 20,000 in debt, and you talk to someone that said, I just had, was that? Surround
yourself with beautiful women like me.
That might increase your debt. No, but I'm just saying. But the thing is that...
It's okay, you talk, we can say that. Jules, my wife,
exactly.
is laughing.
She's laughing, right?
Sorry,
everyone knows it's the truth. No, but but then you talk to someone and said, oh, I was 2 million in debt. You know what I mean? And it's just like, if you start to think from that perspective, you know, what you just said, it changes your way at looking at the same situation. Yeah. When you change your mindset, when you get into the mindset of someone else that's already at a different level, what it does at a certain level, when you're talking about the pyramid, if you change your environment, the people, the places, the things that are around you, you change your habits, you change your routines, then you change your way of thinking, basically you've changed your identity, because at the end of the day, you're not the same person. And that's why someone else can look at the same thing and they see something else. Someone else sees a challenge, another person sees an opportunity. One person sees a problem, a person sees a way to deal with something to create something better. But nothing in reality has really changed. Now we can talk about, if someone says something is not realistic, what the fuck is reality?
Yeah.
At the end of the
what
day,
is realistic?
Reality depends on identity. A different identity, we look at the same thing and see a different reality. So reality does not exist without identity. And identity is a result of the past. Your identity does not exist without the past. So all your memories, all your judgments about who you are, what people are, how things are, easy, not easy, what I can do, can't do, all this is the past. If tomorrow you get hit by a car and you lose your memory, you can still talk and all your skills are there, but you lose the memory of who you are, what you can do, what you can't do. If you're creative, not creative, funny, not funny, self-confident, not. You would have to relearn everything and go into every situation fresh. And the only way to get back to where you were is if your environment reminds you, because that's one thing a lot of people don't like. They like who you are because they know you, and most people don't like things that change because it means they will have to adapt. That's why people say things like, stay the way you are, you know?
Yeah. People like people that are like themselves.
Exactly. Yeah. So like, remember where you came from. But at the end of the day, no, don't remember where you came from, remember where you're going. So most of the time, surround yourself with people in an environment that is where you're going, not where you used to come from. That's what traps most people in there, is old routines, old thinking patterns, old people, old places. Doesn't mean that, you know, you can't spend time with these people or say hi to them, but don't let yourself be influenced by their view of reality, because their reality is their identity, is their past. We're going to the future and not looking back.
Dude, man, that is so damn good. Guys, we both of us have very limited time. We have very busy schedules today. So I wanted to bring you Ben, and I want to invite you, as I always do, to hop on my campus, to hop on my team and come and work with me. I want to invite you to put Ben in your boardroom so that you can start having more breakthroughs. Because, you know, if you're watching this video, it's because you like to be inspired, you like to be in influence, and you recognize that you can always be better, just like ourselves. So how can people get in touch with you? I think Jules put a link, is it to his page? Not page, yeah? Not his personal Facebook, his page. Yeah, cool. Instagram, we're actually on Ben's Instagram right here. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, Jean Pierre.
Yeah,
Villiers.
check it. I will put you also. Can you actually in the live? You can't really. Let me just type it in right now.
Yeah.
What is the tag?
I don't know. Can you tag JEAN? Obviously, yeah. I don't know if you can tag.
Written out
underscore?
completely?
No, it's underscore. PIERRE. Yeah. Underscore. DE. Underscore. No. DE underscore. And then Villiers. VILLIERS. IERS. That's it.
Jean Pierre de Villiers.
Yeah.
We are in the place.
So I'd really
check him
like,
out here, Jean Pierre de Villiers.
guys. Honestly, you know, I say this in full humility. I'm not saying like, oh, I wish I was good as Ben. I'm just saying respect. This guy's content is amazing, and I want to invite you to follow him. But before I do that and hand over to Ben for the last time, I want to just share something with you. Ben's just said some really real golden nuggets. I want you to think of your life as a presentation. Right? If you go to a presentation, there's 3 parts to any presentation: the screen, the projector, and the laptop. Right? You go into a conference room, there's a laptop feeding into a projector, and there's the screen. The screen is the projection. The projection is your life, and your projection comes from your perspective, which comes from your perception. The perception is the laptop. Your perspective is what you're looking at as a result of what comes from the laptop, and the projection, what's on the screen, is the end result. If you want to change the presentation, if you don't like the movie that you see, you can't go to the TV or the projector or the screen and say, oh, I don't like it, I want to rub this out. No, you have to go into the laptop, into the programming, into the software, and you have to reprogram what's on the tape, what's on the DVD, what's on the whatever, so that you can change what feeds through the projector, your eyes, so that you can see a different picture. It always comes down to your mindset and beliefs, and you know, it's not a coincidence that 2 guys, high performers and athleticism and coaching and life, are talking about mindset, guys. It's success leaves clues. So Ben, how can I help you invite people to spend more time with you?
First of all, I think this is not the last video. We're going to be doing much more content together.
Yeah.
And, check out my YouTube channel. We're going to put the links in the description below. You can just check my account. I do a lot in German right now, but I have a couple of things in English, and I do live streams on my Instagram.
Even your posts, man. Your posts are inspiring. Just the pictures and the quotes,
I think for English right now, my Instagram account is the best platform to track me. I do also live streams where I answer questions. And like you just said, you know, the environment, the people you surround yourself with is so important. Like, 3 years ago, I wasn't speaking, I wasn't coaching. You're the first person in that area that I met, and it's just like right after that, in any industry that I was in, I was a filmmaker, and I surrounded myself when I came to Dubai, started my own company immediately with everyone that is in that industry, and try to really learn from these people. And a lot of people have this belief, oh, but I can't just, contact people and reach out to them. Who am I? I just started out and this and that. These are all limitations you put on yourself. As soon as you start to expand and reach out to people, you'd be surprised how many people that are much further than you would actually, share their information and share, just share their experience with you. And I did the same exact thing as a speaker. When I started, I just surrounded myself with everyone that is where I want to be, and I'm just talking to them on one level. And just one conversation, one advice can save you 6 months, 1 year. And a lot of people give up on the journey just because they're frustrated, because they're following the wrong path. They try to reinvent the wheel. No one is self-made in this world. Ubuntu is the word, right?
Yep.
You are because of me, I am because of you. And I just wanted to share one small thing, that because I do poetry and stuff like that, I can just leave them like that without leaving. I started writing one thing, but it's not completely finished, but I'm just gonna start the beginning, right? So it's like, am I ready? No, but I'm still set to go. It's a new day, don't need a new year to set a goal. I will never fold, let alone let it go. I carry a heavy load, but I'm still getting gold. Steady growth is my only vision for success. God is challenging me, and I'm ready for his test. Oh man, so that's good enough, man.
That's good enough.
I'm ready for his test. That's a teaser. The rest is gonna come very soon.
So one more nugget in a few seconds. Ben and I had a conversation before sharing this conversation with you. We had a private conversation, and Ben said that we always check in with our business. How you doing? How you doing? How's this? How's that? And then Ben said, right, I've been here And then I invested in this one company to help me in my business, and I went, boom! That's the importance of perspective. That's the importance of accountability, and that's the importance of surrounding yourself with the right people. I was like, man, if you already were here, then you brought this person into your team, now you're here, and it's only been a few months. Where you're going to be a year from now, bro? I love hanging out with you. I wish you all the very best of continued success. You're my brother from another mother. Guys, hook up with Ben, connect with him, and yeah, honestly.
And also what I heard, JP is going to be bringing out a lot more content, so you're going to be regularly seeing content on this platform, on this platform, on this platform right here. Nice accountability, man.
You just called me out on that. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.